Hello, my name is Brandon Lin, and welcome to a guitar tutorial of She-Wolf by Shakira. This isn't the guitar part for the actual song, it's just my arrangement that's a little obnoxious that some of you wanted to see. So before we start off, I'm plugged into Archetype Tim Henson, and I'm not sponsored by Neural DSP, but I am an unashamed Polyphia fanboy, which you'll see with how the arrangement sounds. Okay, before traffic interrupts me one more time, for the 5 people who are watching this who want to take a look at the sheet music, tabs can be purchased in the description on my Bandcamp and later on my website. So I'd greatly appreciate it, and thank you for your support if you end up purchasing. And away we go. So it starts off with plucking 2 on the A string with your index finger, and then up, down, muted thump on the E string. And that's going to be a pattern that's going to be throughout this entire first section. Index, down, up. So we're going to do that 2 times. And then pluck the 2nd fret of the E string and then hammer on to the 3rd fret. And then we hit the 7th fret harmonic on G and B. So altogether we have. So the next phrase is pluck the 5th fret on the A string with your index finger. Do the little thumping thing, up, down on the E string. Repeat it twice. Pluck the 5th fret from the E string and hammer onto the 7th. So altogether we have. And then you hit the 12th fret harmonic at the end of that, of the G and B strings. So from the top we have. And that repeats twice. On the 3rd time, we start off the same way. But then when we get to the 2nd phrase, 5th fret on the A string, and then instead of doing the 2 down thumps after that, we do a open A string, hammer on to 5th and 7, and then 4th fret of the D string, hammer on and pull off to the 5th fret. So the beginning of that second part goes. And then you hammer on out of nowhere on this 7th fret of the A string, and then pluck it with your index finger and pull off to 5 of the A string. So from the beginning of that phrase, it goes. Actually, you pluck that 5th fret of the A string. So for the 4th iteration, it's like the 1st and 2nd one, except with a slight variation at the end. So it starts off the same way. But instead of hitting the harmonic at the end of the 2nd part, you slide up from 7 to 9 on the A string, back down, and then down to the 5th fret. So you get. So from the top, the whole thumping section sounds like. So this next part uses your nail as a pick. I'm going to have a hard time with that because I cut my finger open on a can of beans yesterday. You'll be kind of palm muting and fretting from the 7th to 9th fret, hammering on the G string. And you're following her vocal line, so it's something like. So slowly, that's 7 to 9, and then 2 on the 9, hammer on again. And you repeat that twice, so. And at the end of that 2 repeats, you do 3 hammer-ons. So slowly, it's going. And then you slide up to 11 of the G string, and then hit 9 of the D string. And all of that is just a lot of hammering on. So the next phrase is an octave down. So 5th fret of the A string, hammering on to the 7th fret of the A string. You're sliding up to 9 of the A string, 7 of the E string at the end, just like the phrase up here. Then you go back up to the octave again, so 7th fret on the G string, hammering on to 9th fret of the G string. And it starts off the same way, so hammer on, and then 2 on the 9, with the same repeat. And then instead of continuing on with the hammering ons, we're going to do 7 to 9 and tap on the 14th fret of the G string. And then pull off to 7 and hammer back onto 9. So that part goes. And 3 on the 9. Repeat that twice. Then 7, 9 to 11. So slowly, that part goes. So for this 4th section, you're going from 6 to 7 on the G string, hammering on, hitting 7 twice, and going back down to 6. Then hitting the 9th fret of the D string, and then doing a hammer on from 7 to 9 on the D string. So that part goes. Then you're walking down to 9 and 7 of the A string, open E, 7 on the A string, 9 on the D string, and 9 on the G string. So altogether, up to this point, it's. And then you slide up from 9 to 11 on the G string, and then hit that 9th fret of the D string. So the last part goes. So this whole section here that we're following her vocals goes like. All right, we're at the chorus now. So it's going to be 7 on the G string, sliding down to 6 of the G string, and then hitting an open B. So we're hitting 7 on the D string and sliding up into 9 on the D string and 11 on the G string. And then we're hitting 10 on the B string and then open E. So from the beginning. And then we're hitting this octave, 5th fret on the A string, 7th fret on the G string. So that part goes. Then it starts off the same way. And then you're hitting 7 on the D string and sliding down to 4 on the D string. Then you're going to grab with your pinky the 7th fret of the A string and slide up to 9. So from the top of that phrase, it goes. And then you're going to hit the 7th fret harmonics on the G string and the E string for that little awoo. Obviously, I need some work with my singing, and that's why I'm doing it on guitar. Then you're going to repeat the first part again. And then we're going to slide up these octaves from the 7th fret of the A string, 9th fret of the G string, and we're going to slide up to 9 of the A string, 11 of the G string. So E to F sharp. And then slide from 5th fret to 7th fret, 7th fret to 9th fret of the A and G strings. So D to E. Do that twice. Then hit the octave at 7 of the E, 9 of the D string. So the entire chorus should go. Okay, so now we're finally at the part that's actually played in the song, I think. It's this little triad here at the 16th, 15th, and 12th fret of the G, B, and E strings. Then you're going to nab this 17th fret of the E string. And then you're going to hit the 14th and 15th fret of the G and B strings, so the lower part of that chord. Then you're going to grab the 12th fret of the D string, 11th fret of the G string, and then hit the 14th fret of the G string with your pinky. And then 2 harmonics at the 12th fret of the D string. So from the top, you just repeat that twice. And at the end, I like doing an obnoxious whammy bar thing, kind of like this. Kind of like the awoo. But yeah, I hope that this tutorial has been somewhat helpful for the few of you that want to learn this. If you would like to support me or get a better understanding of the music, you can buy the tabs on my Bandcamp, or hopefully soon a website, whatever is in the description. And yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching.